Today we're talking about bias and ego. Bias and ego are the enemies of change and innovation, and collaboration as well. They exist in every single team, and instead of trying to act like they don't exist, it's better to be aware of them and learn how to manage them. So we're gonna dive into what bias and ego really means for teams, learn how they manifest, and also how best to manage them. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lowell and I'm a collaboration coach. I'm also a workshop facilitator and project manager. I am passionate about building high-performing teams, and on this channel we'll go through everything that you need to know to get your teams optimized and performing at their best. If you're liking this content, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. I really appreciate it. Bias and ego. Let's start with ego. Ego, in the context of teams, tends to stem from hierarchy. So this is hierarchy either in terms of organizational structure, meaning the superiority or seniority of the person, or hierarchy in regards to that individual's influence in the organization, how many friends they have, how close they are to senior leaders, and at times how long they've been in the team or in the organization, their tenure. These people could also be really confident people, sure of their value to the organization, sure of their value to the team, feeling maybe at sometimes, indispensable. Either way, this is how they come across, whether it's true, whether they really feel like that, or whether they're just really good at putting on that facade. It's important to realize that ego has a purpose for the individual. Ego either helps the person protect their current status or their current rank in the hierarchy, or it helps facilitate movement and advancement to the next level, either in their career or in their influence. Ego, in an effort to exert dominance, will shut down all competing or opposing ideas. It hogs credit and only puts on the facade of teamwork and collaboration to gain more credit, because they understand that portraying those values or those behaviors gives them allows them to attract more positive feedback and more visibility to themselves. We're not here trying to put down anyone. We are also not here to try and vilify people in our teams or in our organizations. What we're doing is noticing the behavior, because at the end of the day, it might not be wanted for your team, but it's a natural behavior that always occurs. So it's important to understand it. In exerting dominance and labeling the ideas and feedback of a select few as more important than others, equity, diversity, and innovation die. Where bias exists towards people who are in the position of greater power, their ideas will always be favored over anyone else's, not because these ideas are better, but because of who is giving the ideas. Where this continues in a team, the team will begin to lose great talent, waste great ideas, and people will end up leaving. The team starts withering away and it becomes obsolete. This is also the start of a toxic culture that forms in one team but can quickly sweep through an organization. Being aware of bias and ego is really the first step in managing it. Here's what we can do. Here are a few steps. The first thing you can do is to facilitate anonymity. In an ideal world, we can say, hey, in this team and in this company, everybody is equal. All ideas are the same, and we are taking ideas based on merit and not where they come from. But listen, we live in the real world, right? And unless your culture already has that kind of attitude embedded within it, it's not gonna happen naturally. So to start causing like a spark or a catalyst for this change that we're trying to build into, we need to put all ideas, all feedback, and all decisions on a level playing field. And doing this anonymously, and I'm talking about real anonymity here, meaning that there is no way of tracing back ideas and feedback to individuals. It's better to have it anonymous. And what this does is, when we start receiving those ideas, we don't know who to trace them back to, so they're all actually equitable now. We can only judge these ideas based on the merit of these ideas, and then we can prioritize and put into action those ideas that are really the best, regardless of where they come from. Now, as the organization or as the team becomes used to this sort of decision making, then you can roll the anonymity back and make people's ideas linked to them. But this is a really good way of starting when the culture of that kind of behavior doesn't naturally exist in the team. The second thing we can do is lead from the top. We need a top-down approach for cultivating and championing a culture of diversity and inclusion, where we reward the behaviors that we want, and from the top down, we condemn the behaviors that we do not want, thereby discouraging the activity that we don't want in the team. Now, although you must support the team and set them up for success in regards to change. And what I mean by this is, you give the team the tools that they need to move from the current culture of inequity to a culture of fairness and a culture of balance. At the same time, it's really important to avoid ambiguity. You cannot be saying one thing and doing another. Therefore, from the top down, you need to be a champion for the good behavior. As a leader within a team or a leader within an organization, when you see great behavior, call it out, celebrate it. Thank the people who are championing this behavior, and in your own way, become a champion for that behavior. People looking up to you will see this and they will understand that, hey, this is the type of stuff that gets rewarded. Let's be more like that. You can't champion good behavior without condemning bad behavior, though. And when the table has been set with all the tools that a team needs to perform in the way that we want them to perform, and to really kill the bias and to kill the ego as much as possible, when this behavior is still happening and people are not behaving as they should, it's really important for a senior leader to call this out. At the end of the day, bad behavior cannot go unchecked, regardless of rank. Number 3, empowering everyone to protect the new culture. It's really damaging to let bad behaviors fester. And even though we're really championing the change from the top down, we also need to do it from the bottom up as well. And to do this, we empower people, empower them to celebrate good behavior when they see it, and also to check bad behavior when they see it as well. Everybody in the team should be comfortable to say, that's the way we want to work. You've done such a great job for doing that, and we really see you. They also need to feel empowered to say, hey, we don't work like that here. No, we understand that you're stressed, but come on, let's approach it from a better way. It's important for people to feel comfortable and to feel empowered to speak like this, no matter who's in the room, no matter who is looking, and regardless of rank of the person who is doing the good behavior or doing the bad behavior. When you create this form of culture, it really embeds in the team to know that, hey, this is how we work, this is what good looks like, and this is how we operate as a team. It's really easy to say people should feel confident to do this, and in the beginning they won't. However, it's important that we recognize this, and you can do that by simply polling people. Do a private poll. We have sense check-in or teams or retrospective or one-on-ones with individuals. Even if you're doing it anonymously, it's important to ask people if they feel comfortable to stand up for what the team believes in. And where this confidence does not exist, then we can put measures in place to build the confidence of the individuals in the team, whether that is training or reminding or championing the behavior and making it visible so they can see how they're expected to behave, what is acceptable and what is not. We need to let the team know that this is the expectation. We rally around great behavior and really celebrate and encourage people within our team. And we do not let bad behavior go unchecked where it's not where it needs to be, whether it's going to that person privately or calling it out to protect the culture within the team. Whether it's calling it out right there and then in front of everybody, we rally together to protect our culture. This was a strong topic today, but I hope it resonated with you and that you found value in it. If you did, let me know in the comments. Today, we covered what bias and ego are, how they manifest in teams, and what we can do on a practical level to manage bias and ego. So this was a good one, guys, albeit short. If you liked this video and you're liking this content, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and connect with me in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.